Welcome to Eerie, Britain, your gateway to the haunted heart of the United Kingdom. From eerie whispers in forgotten villages to spine-chilling tales of ancient cities, we uncover the ghostly secrets lurking in every corner of the UK. But this channel isn't just about our stories, it's about yours too. Have you experienced something unexplained? A haunting that sent shivers down your spine? Share your ghostly encounters with us and we might feature them in an upcoming video. Join our growing community of paranormal explorers. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a tale of restless spirits, haunted mansions or spine-tingling mysteries. Your voice matters. Comment or share your story. Let's uncover the truth behind the shadows together. So light a candle, gather your courage and become part of the story. Because the ghosts are waiting and their stories must be told.
Beneath a watchful moon, the moon hangs heavy in the night sky. Its pale light casts long distorted shadows across the ancient stones of Leicester Guildhall. It is a magnificent structure. The centuries have etched their passing into its very walls. The building seems to breathe. It emanates an almost palpable aura of mystery and secrets. As you approach the Guildhall, the air grows heavy. A coldness seeps into your bones, a chill that has little to do with the night air. The hair on the back of your neck prickles with the unsettling feeling of being watched. The feeling intensifies as you stand before the massive oak doors, their iron hinges creaking like the whispered warnings of the past. The Guildhall stands as a silent sentinel. It has borne witness to centuries of human drama, joy, despair, and everything in between. Within its walls, countless souls have walked, worked, and met their fate. It's no wonder that some of those souls seem reluctant to depart. Leicester Guildhall has stood for over 600 years. The building has served many purposes. It has been a courthouse, a meeting hall, and even a prison. This long and storied history has imbued the Guildhall with a palpable energy. Visitors and staff alike report a pervasive sense of unease. They speak of cold spots, disembodied whispers, and the feeling of unseen eyes upon them. The Guildhall's history dates back to the 14th century. It was then that it served as a meeting place for the guilds. These were powerful merchant organizations that controlled trade and commerce in medieval Leicester. Later, the Guildhall took on a more somber role as a court of law. Here, countless judgments were passed, some fair, others brutally harsh. The weight of these decisions and the emotions they evoked seemed to linger within the very fabric of the building. In the 16th century, the Guildhall played a pivotal role in a dark chapter of English history. It was here that Mary, Queen of Scots, was held prisoner. The tragic Queen's presence can still be felt. Her sorrow seems to permeate the building, adding another layer to the palpable sense of sadness that pervades the Guildhall. The library at Leicester Guildhall is a haven for scholars and bookworms. However, amongst the dusty tomes, something else lurks. The library is said to be one of the most haunted areas of the Guildhall. Two entities, a medieval monk and the White Lady, make their presence known. The monk, often seen in the older section, is thought to be a scribe who met an untimely end. He is often seen poring over ancient texts. Visitors have reported feeling a cold breath on their necks. Some even claim to have heard the rustle of his robes. The White Lady, a figure of ethereal beauty, is often seen drifting through the library. Legend has it that she was falsely accused of a crime. She was imprisoned within the Guildhall. Her spirit remained trapped within the building's walls. She is often seen near a window, gazing out at the city below. building. Section 5, Shadows and Whispers Encounters in the Victorian Cells. Descend into the depths of the Leicester Guildhall. You will find yourself face to face with the chilling reality of the Victorian police cells. This area, once a place of confinement and despair, is now a hotbed of paranormal activity. It is here that the veil between our world and the next seems to be at its thinnest. The cells, cold, damp and shrouded in darkness, are enough to send shivers down the spine of even the bravest soul. The air is thick with the feeling of despair, a palpable reminder of the suffering endured within these stone walls. The spirits of former inmates are said to linger here. They are trapped in an endless cycle of misery and regret. Visitors to the cells have reported hearing the clanging of cell doors, the rattling of chains, and disembodied voices whispering from the darkness. Some have even felt the touch of unseen hands. The energy in the cells is so intense that it has been known to cause even seasoned paranormal investigators to feel uneasy.
Leicester in the 1920s, a time of change, resilience and quiet suburban life. But beneath the surface of its cobbled streets and community gardens, darkness can lurk in the unlikeliest of places. This is the chilling tale of two neighbours, a bitter dispute, and a secret so horrifying it still haunts the city to this day. Frank and William lived side by side in a modest row of terraced houses. Frank was a hard-working man with a temper to match. William was quieter, but his sly demeanour rubbed Frank the wrong way. Over time, small disagreements about fences and borrowed tools spiralled into a toxic feud. The neighbours avoided each other, but resentment brewed like a storm waiting to erupt. And one fateful night, it did. One evening, their argument reached its boiling point. Frank claimed William had stolen from him, an accusation that sent him into a blind rage. Grabbing the nearest object, a heavy iron poker, Frank stormed into William's garden, determined to confront him once and for all. What happened next is unclear, but what we do know is this. Frank believed he'd killed his neighbour in a fit of fury. Terrified of the consequences, Frank devised a desperate plan. He dragged what he thought was William's lifeless body into a dustbin. Under the cover of night, Frank hauled the bin to the nearby allotments, his heart pounding with every step. The moonlight illuminated his frantic digging as he buried the bin deep in the soil. Frank hoped the earth would swallow his secret forever. But William wasn't dead. He had been unconscious, his body crammed into the suffocating confines of the bin. As he awoke, he clawed desperately at the sides, his muffled cries for help lost beneath layers of soil. Frank, unaware of his terrible mistake, went home and tried to convince himself that he'd done the right thing to protect his future. It didn't take long for strange occurrences to begin. Gardeners working in the allotments reported hearing faint knocking sounds coming from the ground. Whispers carried on the wind, calling out for help. One man swore he saw hands reaching up through the soil before vanishing into the dirt. And then there were the sightings. A shadowy figure limping through the rows, its face pale and contorted in agony. Frank was haunted. He couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Every night he heard knocking at his door, but when he opened it, no one was there. Shadows moved in the corners of his vision, and William's voice whispered from the darkness, "Why did you leave me there?" Driven to the brink of madness, Frank returned to the allotments one stormy night, determined to dig up the bin and put an end to his torment. As he unearthed the site, the wind howled and the ground seemed to shift beneath him. When he finally opened the lid, there was nothing inside. No body, no trace of William. But as Frank stood there in the darkness, he felt a cold hand grip his shoulder. Frank was discovered the next day, lying in the very spot where he had buried the bin. His face was twisted in a look of sheer horror, his hair turned white overnight. The coroner declared his death a heart attack. But those who knew the story whispered a different explanation. To this day, the allotments are said to be haunted by the restless spirit of William. Gardeners still hear knocking sounds and disembodied whispers, and some claim to see a shadowy figure wandering the rows. Was it justice from beyond the grave? Or does William's spirit remain, trapped by the violent act that ended his life? The truth may never be unearthed. Leicester's history is filled with secrets and shadows, but few tales are as chilling as this. Would you dare to visit the allotments after dark, or risk hearing the whispers of a soul buried alive? If you enjoyed this spine-chilling tale, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. We're a new channel, and your support helps us grow and bring you more of Britain's haunted history. Share your own ghost stories in the comments, and let's keep the conversation alive, just like the spirits of the past.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't have nightmares.